I made a promise to myself at the start of 2025 that this was going to be the year that I save as much money as I can. And of course, to save as much money as we can, we have to be very mindful of our budget. We have to be very intentional about the things that we buy and to cut out all the shit that we just don't need. Hey guys, my name is Serena and this is gonna be things that I no longer buy in 2025. I have been honestly really obsessing over videos like this on YouTube because I was, just taking inventory of my life, things that I probably don't need. And I was watching like videos of what other people cut out of their life and seeing if that would work for me and my lifestyle. So I have been just really obsessed with all of these videos and I wanted to make one of my own of just things that I have always purchased in my adult life that I am cutting out and no longer purchasing in 2025. And the main reason why is to save money, but you'll see as I go through the list, like some of these are just things that are, cutting them out makes your life a little bit more sustainable. I will say this has just been what's worked for me so far this year. Like I've been living by cutting these things out since January. So right now I'm filming this, it's March. So it's been working for about 3 months now, but if there's like a huge update, if there's like some things that, just really don't work, cutting them out for my own personal lifestyle, like I could make like an update video. I kind of want to make a video like updating as I cut things out because I really am right now, even though I have cut off a lot of things and I'm not paying for a lot of things that I used to. I am always just kind of like combing through my life for more things that I can cut out to save money because to be honest, this year really has been like my goal for this year is to save as much money as possible. I have like very adult purchases coming up in the next year. Like I really want to buy a home. Of course, you always want to be mindful of like investing for the future. So just want to save as much money as I can this year. This is my like money saving year I've declared. So 2025 is going to be the year that I save as much money as I can. And I want to share with you guys what I'm cutting out to, mostly to save money, but some of these are just things that are not of any use to me anymore in my life, and we'll get into that. So the first thing that I have on my list is any sort of beauty treatment. Now, there are a few things that I will not do at home, like I will not dye my own hair. My mother is a hairdresser, she does that, she cuts my hair, but that's not really an expense for me because my mom does it. So I get that, I guess like the labor part of that done for free. So I don't really count that in my like beauty routine because I understand, girls, if you're cutting things out, sometimes you can't cut out the hairdresser budget because we can't be cutting our own bangs, we can't be dyeing our own hair at home. Like some of us really need to get our ass into a salon to get that done. So I'm excluding that part, but I'm talking like getting my nails done, getting my eyebrows laminated, getting my eyebrows tweezed, getting waxed, like all of that I do from home now. I've actually done most of that from home for at least the past like year. I think the last time that I got my eyebrows laminated in person was like over a year ago. I don't ever get my eyebrows plucked anymore. I used to get them tweezed all the time, but I don't do that anymore because I feel like I like the natural like fluffy brow. So I need to let the girls grow out. But yeah, I used to go get like hair treatments done. Those you can do at home for way less expensive. Do your research, find out what works for your hair type and just do it at home. I'm telling you, it is way easier to just do the hair treatments at home. I also will say I do like the press-on nails, which, you can't always get them as pretty and like as artistic looking as an actual nail art can do them. Like all of these things are just added expenses. So like if you want to splurge and do them for special occasions, like I totally get it. If I was like my birthday or I was going to prom or something, I would totally go get my nails done. But the press-on nails, they just have been working for me. I also like fuck up my nails a lot. Like when I'm doing things like a nail will pop off, I just glue it right back on. I don't know. I would only get this done on special occasions, but I am no longer getting like blowouts done, like a dry bar, because like for certain events, I would just go get my hair blown out at like Dry Bar or some place where they do blowouts, and those can so easily be done at home. Like you literally just have to like put in effort to do it. It's more like you're paying for not having the hassle of doing it when you could just do it. That's my personal opinion. If it's like a special occasion, girl, if it's your birthday, queen, go off. Next thing that I'm not paying for this year, and this was less of an expense and more of like a laziness thing. I am no longer paying for any type of food delivery service. If I need to get takeout, I will call up the restaurant and I will make an order and I will get my ass in my car and drive and pick it up. Like I don't know why I live in town. Like, I do not live far out of town at all. Like, going to any restaurant where I can get dinner one night is not a hard task at all. I don't know why I waste so much money on food delivery, and it's the food delivery fee that makes it so expensive, because if you were just going out to the restaurant and you didn't have to pay the food delivery fee, you'd save so much money. And I've never had Dash Pass or like anything like that, but I just feel like getting your food delivered, for me as an able-bodied person who can go out and get these things done, it's just a laziness thing. Like, I just don't go out and pick it up when I should be picking it up. So the next thing, I took some inventory of like streaming services that I actually watch, and I actually saw some people on videos like this saying that if you know that like a certain TV show you like is coming out at XYZ time, like then pay for the streaming service and cancel it until then, like in the meantime, because I can't tell you guys how many streaming services I have just because of one show or like one series that I'm all caught up on, and then I just have the streaming service until like, the next season comes out, and sometimes there can be like a year or so in between seasons. So I have been canceling like any streaming service that I don't watch regularly, which is most of them. I canceled my Max, I canceled my Disney Plus and my Hulu. And Disney Plus, like, I did have it for a while just because like I would watch Disney movies on there all the time, but I feel like now I don't watch movies as much just because I'm so busy. Like, I don't have time to like sit down and watch a movie. And when I do watch a movie, it's usually with my boyfriend, and we watch like, you know, just not a Disney movie. Like, no hate, no shade. I love my Disney movies. I love my Disney moments. But I feel like that was more for like a season of life when I had more time to like sit back, relax, watch whatever's out on Disney Plus. And since I don't have time, I've just canceled that for now. I've canceled my Hulu because I don't have any shows that I'm watching on there. I think the last show that was exclusively on Hulu that I watched was The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I think that was like in the fall last year. So just all this dead time, never turning on my Hulu, never watching anything on Hulu. That's a perfect example of like when that show comes back out, if I want to watch it, I'll just start streaming. I'll just pay for Hulu again. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes you just want to watch something you don't know what, so you like being able to flip through everything. But I'm telling you, like at one point I had like 6 or 7 different streaming platforms, and no one person can watch that much media, that much TV or movies or whatever. I did have Apple TV as well, but the only Apple TV show that I've watched is Ted Lasso. So once I caught up on Ted Lasso, it was like I had nothing to watch. But then my boyfriend started watching Severance. There's not a lot of reason to have it in the meantime when you're not actively watching anything. Oh my god, the new Lady Gaga album just dropped. That's one thing I will never cancel, is my Spotify subscription. Hello? That's an expense that we gotta always keep. So the next thing that I've been saving money on, and this might be like a little controversial, maybe it's not, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Because for some reason, period products just keep rising in price, even though as a woman, you have to buy them. You have to have some way to manage your period. And I don't know why we keep raising prices on things like tampons. Like, that seems a little unfair to me, because it's like an expense that like you have to pay for being a woman. Actually, make our husbands and boyfriends buy our tampons in 2025. That's how you're gonna save money. But I will say, my sister, she switched to the Diva Cup and she was telling me about it. And I used to use like the discs, honestly, low-key, this might be TMI, but I use the discs. Somebody said you can still have sex with these discs in. And that is not true, but they're not reusable the way that the cup is. Like, the cup, you can use it as many times as you need. That's why it's like a one-time purchase. It's like $30, but then you can use it every time you're on your period. And I don't know over a lifetime how much money that will save, but it seems like it could be a lot. So I've like switched over to the Diva Cup. I've been trying that out. I like it so far. So right now, currently, I'm not buying any period products, which again, I don't really know how much money that realistically is saving me right now, but over time, it'll save me a lot of money. The next thing that I no longer buy is any type of water bottle. I do not buy water at all. I used to buy like bottled water for our house, which number one, the plastic bottled water is not really good for you because of the microplastics in the bottle itself. And then number two, in our whack ass house that we have right now, we have a tiny fridge, so there's like nowhere to keep the water. And it just, I mean, bottled water doesn't cost that much money, but like, again, over time, the accumulation. So I don't buy any sort of bottled water. I have my trusty water bottle at all times. We have our water filter. So I, this year, have like refused to buy bottled water at all. And the next thing that, you know, this isn't like a science of like a way to save money, but I am trying to reduce the amount of shopping that I do on places like Amazon. I feel like Amazon is like one of those things where it's like you put something in the cart, you buy it, it doesn't even feel like you purchased it, because before you know it, it's at your door. It's way too easy to like impulse buy on Amazon, overspend on Amazon. So I have been making myself, like, if I want to buy something on Amazon and not in person, I have to like put it in my cart for a couple of days to a week and actually like think about the purchase, because like last year I made so many like split-second impulse buys on Amazon and I ended up having to like return a lot of things. And then of course, like if you miss your return window, like you just have all this shit that you don't need that you bought on Amazon impulsively for no reason. Like a really good example of that is I bought a dog booster seat for my car for my French bulldog because he can't sit up high enough to see out the window. I don't know why I thought like this is gonna really enhance and improve his life. So I bought like a booster seat. Honestly, he hated it and he didn't like sitting in it, and he would just try to climb down and get on the seat. So like he just wanted to be on the seat. Like the booster seat did nothing for him. So then I was like, okay, well, if he doesn't like it, then I will return it. And then I missed that return window and now I have this dumbass dog booster seat that I don't need. If anyone needs a dog booster seat, I can go to my storage unit and find it and give it to you, because what do I need that for? But I feel like I just get these ideas in my head. I'm like, oh, this would be great for Gatsby. He'll love this. And then you can buy it in 3 seconds without really thinking about it. And then you end up paying for things that like maybe you never needed in the first place. So really trying this year to be mindful of what I buy on Amazon. And I believe just being more intentional about it will save you money, because Amazon can just take your money so quickly. So being more mindful about that. This is another one that I don't, again, know how much money, well, no, this is gonna actually probably save me a lot of money. I have been making all of my matcha lattes at home instead of going to Dunkin' or Starbucks and getting it there. And right now I kind of have a rule with myself that like during the work week, my caffeinated beverage, number one, for health reasons, will be matcha instead of coffee or like an energy drink. So like matcha during the week, but I have to make my matcha at home. You can't go get it from like a coffee shop. You have to actually make the matcha at home. And then I've just made it a rule that like if I do want to go to like a coffee shop, I can only do that on Saturday and Sunday as like a special treat for the week. This is another way to save money, just not going to the coffee shop every day, which I used to do. I either would go to the coffee shop and get a coffee or a matcha, or I would go to the gas station and get like an energy drink every single day. Like that's how I got my caffeine for the day, and it's just like so much easier, so much less expensive to just make that shit at home. And then you can also make it exactly how you like it, like the matcha to milk ratio. You can put your favorite creamers in it. Like it's a lot more, I don't know, it's been a lot more fun for me, at least this year so far. Oh, right now I have like a pretty strict rule that I cannot buy any clothes unless I can try them on in person. Of course, there's like a few exceptions to that rule, because there's some things that you truly cannot buy anywhere unless you buy it online. And for that, I'm just trying to be mindful and like, if and when I can, try them on in person as well. But I've been trying to like not make a lot of impulse buys with my clothes and try to like actually go into the mall and try stuff on. Because a lot of the time, you see stuff on the model online and you're like, oh, I'll look like that when I buy those clothes. And you don't, because your body shape is different, you're a different height, you're a different weight, you're a different body type. Like there's so many differences, like especially with clothes. Like clothes just look so different on different types of people. You know, when I was like younger, as like a teenager, I was like stick thin and, you know, I had like no curves to me. And my mom used to joke that I was just like a clothing rack. Like I could put anything on and I would look good because like I just had no shape or form to myself. Like it was just like, I literally looked like a mannequin just wearing the clothes. And like now as a woman, that doesn't really work, but I think I still had that mindset of like, my mom said that anything looks good on me, and it's like, it's just not true. It's just not true. There's certain styles that don't look good on me. There's just certain types of clothes that do not look good on me that I need to try them on to determine if I like that style, and then I can make the purchase instead of like buying it, because then sometimes like different companies have different return policies and it's like a nightmare to ship stuff back. So it's like, just go try it on in person. And if you're trying to buy something that like you can only get online, try to find like something similar in person at the mall and try that on just to make sure that you like it and then go buy it online. Like, I really have been trying to be more intentional about like trying things on and making sure I like them, because clothes is what really gets me. Like, I will purchase things and then I will never wear them, and I'll end up donating them to like Goodwill, having never worn them one time. I guess like going along with clothes, I'm trying right now to stop buying like really cheap fad clothes. Is that what it's called? Like fad clothing, like things that are really trendy that Amazon or Shein or a multitude of different companies, Walmart, anything that's just like made really cheap. I need to just stop doing that, because I get things when they're trendy, I wear them like a couple times, and then I end up donating them. And it's just like, if you would get more timeless pieces, things that like are gonna stay in style longer, like a capsule wardrobe, like things that are just like staples in your wardrobe, basics in your wardrobe, like really investing your money in those types of pieces, because at the end of the day, you're one body, you can only wear so many clothes, and like, I feel like I buy things that I really like, I end up wearing those things most of the time. So like all these cheap, fad, trendy things, I just need to stop buying them, and I have been doing that. And then I think like this is the last thing on my list, but this kind of goes along with the clothes and the cheap trendy clothes, is to stop buying cheap jewelry, because I keep buying cheap jewelry because I don't want to like splurge and spend a lot of money, but then you end up buying 6 or 7 pieces of cheap jewelry because you got to replace them as they get nasty and not cute and they don't look good. And if you would have just saved your money, invested in like a really nice piece that you know would like go with everything and it's your style and you love it, I just feel like that would be way more worth your money and your time and your energy. I think that over time also will save a lot of money, because you're getting one piece instead of buying the same thing over and over and over again. And yes, it's cheap, so it feels like you're saving money, but if you have to buy the same similar style cheap necklace like 5 times, like that's not saving you any money at all. So I want to keep that in mind this year too. More like investing in things that you're really going to use, you're really going to wear, and you're really going to like. So those are all the things that I'm cutting out in 2025. I hope this gave you guys some inspiration for things that maybe you can cut out of your life. Let me know in the comments what you guys have been cutting out in 2025, or if there's anything I missed that you're like, girl, this would be really easy to cut out and you didn't even mention it. Like, let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys are cutting out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you sometime soon with another video. Bye!